Well, good morning, everybody. How's it going? How's everyone doing? It is I, Guthron. I am here. Let me turn up Rimworld because its volume is down. And let's welcome in Chalice Mike. Hello. Say hello, Chalice Mike.
Hello.
So I'm
I think you are still trying to sync, right?
Yeah. Simulating. So, we're here. Doing time for some multiplayer. Thanks for that host there, Pixel Sharks, as always.
Of course. Switched over from Azalea as soon as you started.
Yep. So, experiment today with having streampuppy on that computer. It works fine with the chat bot, but it does not. The commands to control scenes in Streamlabs and stuff like that, mute the mic, stuff like that, does not work.
Uh-oh.
So I'm going to wait until we're all caught up and simulating everything, and then I'm going to put streampuppy back over here.
It doesn't look like you're progressing at all.
I am. It was saving. All right, so
there you are.
Let me turn streampuppy on.
Looks like another desync. Yep, probably from streampuppy.
I haven't turned it on.
I don't know. Want to kill Fertile Planet?
What was that?
You want to kill Fertile Planet?
That might be it. I don't think our mods list mismatched. So let us remove. I think this is the list. Yep. Loading mod list.
So yes, we're going to remove Fertile Planet?
Yes, we'll remove Fertile Planet. Sorry, I didn't realize you guys were all still on the start scene. Here I am.
Hello.
Hello. Oh yeah, I was gonna. Oh man, before I was gonna change the scene for that. Come on, you can do it. Yeah, I was gonna change the scene for Rimworld. I mean, I can do it. I just have to go into studio mode. Studio mode. Let's. We'll call it Rimworld. Why not, right?
Yeah. Oh, hey, big face. I mean, you don't have a big face, but you're taking up the entire. Because you don't have
because I don't have the game scene on?
Yeah.
Nope, can't number it that because I already got a number that. There we go.
You need to delete some is what you need to do.
I need to what?
Delete some.
I've only got 5 scenes.
Oh.
Start, talk, game, be right back, and end. Hold on. Pardon. We have some technical difficulties. It happens to the best. Yeah, it happened. Yeah, we do. So then you just get to see my ugly mug for a little while.
Yeah, so we did we stream it all last week, or would you just skip one day?
We did Tuesday. So it's been a hot minute since you were on there.
And there have been a lot of... So I know there have been a lot of updates, both to the mods, a couple of the mods, and the game itself.
Yeah.
Since we streamed last, so that's
Fun.
why we're having some of these tech difficulties.
Fun.
This is why I love mods so much.
You lie.
Love them.
You lie. You hate them.
I hate problems like this, but also without mods, we could not play together. So
yeah, you wouldn't be playing this game, and you play this.
Isn't that ironic?
You play this game a lot now because I got you hooked.
Yeah.
And it's fine because you keep me entertained while I'm doing work all weekend. I didn't play a game except for the Jurassic World Alive game. I did not play a game from Thursday until yesterday when I streamed.
Holy crap.
Because I was working on all kinds of other things that needed to be done. But
yeah, I mean,
I was
life
constantly
matters.
consuming Rimworld. Oh, oh, great. MS is gonna do something funny with my big face. This one right here.
MS, hey, you're still alive, at least in this one.
Hey, we have MS.
I am not sure that MS is alive in my single player. I think he's toast.
He's still alive in my single player. Okay, so for the moment, we will switch to this game scene. So
Oh, are you cut up? No, you're just loading.
Just loading.
I've started recognizing what it looks like in the connection.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So I'm going to make.
So one of the reasons why I never set up my green screen and turn the webcam on is because it's freaking Georgia, man. You can't wear clothes in Georgia.
He likes being naked. You heard it here.
I am not completely naked. I'm just
almost.
Just not publicly decent.
He's not
like,
publicly decent.
It's 70 degrees in the house, but I mean the humidity. I'm curious. I'm curious. All right, to trigger everybody's phones. Uh-oh. No. I don't want Cartoon Network. I've been watching some more Steven Universe. Okay, I hate Cartoon Network's app, but okay, Google. How humid is it?
The current humidity in Grovetown is 89%.
Okay, 89%.
Still, that's pretty high.
Yeah. Yep. I think it's oh crap. It's 70 degrees. I think it's like, oh crap, hang on.
That one is for real. It's there. He has to answer that one.
Hey, how's it going?
I'm going to mute him for a moment so we don't listen to his conversation. He mutes us so that they can't hear me making comments in the background. Trying to decide how I want to have, because the game is it's so hard to see sometimes. I'm trying to find a way to have it on the screen where it's bigger and you guys can see it. I'm just going to leave it the way it is for now. And we will stay with this one. I'll figure it out later. I shudder to think what you will do with my face, MS. I really do. Oh, and since this happened before, since you appeared in chat before, I should probably unmute him. Are you done? Hello?
Okay.
I think he's still on the phone.
So I know the battery...
He's talking about his car. So, there you go. So now you can see. Now you can go give MS a follow. You should definitely give MS a follow. I am going to make this as big as I possibly can on the screen. And yeah. Shrink this down. Let's put this, no. If I put it down there, you guys won't be able to see it. Unless I move it above the banner. There we go. Live scene editing on Twitch. This is how we do it. Like MS said, happens to all of the best of us. There. So got that somewhere. Are you done? You done? You off the phone? Are you done? You off the
I
phone?
am. Am I unmuted?
You're now unmuted. Because we could hear your conversation. I figured you didn't want us all listening in.
Oh, all I was saying was, yep. You can take all my money.
Take all my money. Take it. I don't need it anymore.
I thought you said you weren't watching my broadcast.
I'm not.
It just said you are.
A while ago.
I just got the notification.
Why am I?
What in the world? Yeah, as soon as I unpaused, you jumped in lag.
I closed it. It's because you messaged me and the thing opened. Don't message me on Steam. Keep your messages to yourself.
Mind your beeswax. Mind your P's and Q's, sir. Alright, so we have a rainy thunderstorm going. Let's see. Like I said, I've getting those hospital beds set up in the prisons.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know we had billiards and poker.
Yes, we do. Hey, Jacksonator, how's it going? You guys should all give Jacksonator a follow. He's been playing Blood Bowl, or Blood Bowl 2. One of them. Blood Bowl 2. He's been playing one of them.
I think I'm actually go to your chat room so I can see when people talk.
Mm-hmm. I'm trying to find a way so that this game is bigger on your screen.
Oh yeah, I see you put your little face down in the corner.
Yeah, I'm trying to make it so that you guys can see it. Trying to join a community.
That's a scary prospect.
Depends. Yeah, well, it really depends on which community. It won't let me.
That's true. That is true.
Yeah, that's about as big as I'm going to be able to make it for now, without like too many things disappearing. I suppose you guys don't have to see the very bottom of the thing, but I'll play with this offline. Go. Chalice Mike will remind me to do this offline.
You think so? I'll remind somebody to do something.
Well, I mean, at some point, somebody will remember.
Yeah, that's true. Cargo pods! Ooh, what did we get? Pemmican, of course. Oh, it's coconuts. I'll take... Ooh, coconuts are nice. Who wants to go get them? I don't want to send Crazy Cat Lady. She's too useful. Zoe, you're going to sleep.
She's going to sleep? Why would she go to sleep?
Shh, Till Tomato's just hauling rocks.
Till Tomato?
Where'd those coconuts
We like
go?
Till Tomato.
Yeah.
I love saying it that way, too.
Food.
I'm not actually sure that's how he says it, but...
No, it's probably Till Tomato.
Yeah, well, that's just how it works out.
Tomato.
Tomato.
I mean, except if it's a proper noun. So, I mean, proper nouns kind of just get the name of, or get the pronunciation that they get. Why?
There.
Where are those freaking
That'll do
coconuts?
for now. So, back on with the play. So we're back with multiplayer.
Where's Till Tomato?
I don't know.
Go get me coconuts.
I don't know where he is.
Coconuts.
Hello, welcome to the chat.
Coconuts.
It's a Zoe sighting.
Hey, Zoe.
So, a little update. Last time we played this, last Tuesday, we started digging all the graves. We are clearly making progress with those graves. As you can see, there are graves everywhere. Lots and lots and lots of graves.
It's kind of in-your-face warning, not so subtle. It's like, we're ready for you.
Yes. Yeah.
Bring it.
You wish to come challenge us? We will make you pay. Actually,
It's a promise of a better life.
and we've started building our indoor base over here to move to eventually. I mean, we're still going to build the ship we're going to build the ship up here in this open space, but oh no, what did you do? What did you do? MS.
Who?
Oh my goodness.
He's building a grave. He didn't do anything bad.
Nice.
Oh, well, Guthron, I share the... Okay, yeah.
Yeah, look in Discord in the general one. That one's funny. Thank you, MS.
Wait, the general one? There's other
Yeah,
rooms.
if you scroll up the
Oh,
chat,
yeah.
in the general chat, just look in general. He caught me. Why do we? There's a coconut.
Yeah.
Why
So
is
tomato brought us coconuts.
he left one?
Oh,
He
it's
left.
because I had the slag to mark.
Thanks. I'm sure.
Ooh, we've got a cougar to kill.
I'll save that for later, and it'll. I'm sure we can have some fun with that. Use that as a scene transition or something.
Yeah.
Thanks for that one, MS. Appreciate it. Okay, so anything happening over at our other abandoned colony?
Is that burned to the ground yet?
No. The fire went
raider-
away. The fire went away, and
I think raiders stole wood.
yeah, and the blight took out most of the crops that you left behind.
Oh, dude, a cougar got hit by lightning, I think. Oh, no, just burned. Just walked in fire. The cougar was ignited.
So there you go. Your expanded hospital is done.
Oh, over in the mountain?
Mm-hmm. Then we have our slightly larger cooler because we expanded the walls out so we can
Clear that out.
tear up these. Deconstruct. Mine. Yeah, I just figured we could just leave the tile like that because we don't need sterile tile in the freezer.
Oh, that's true.
It's not the hospital. And we've got most of our bedrooms planned. We just need to put lights in them.
Yeah.
I'll put that.
This seems where This seems to be where the infestations want to come out. I don't think we're gonna have to set up some turrets. We talked about doing that though.
Mm-hmm.
Turret for you. Turret for you. Everybody gets a turret.
Oh, I already did this.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Those graves.
You have news. What is your news, Jacksonator? Did you make it into your community? Well, fingers crossed for you. I haven't been able to catch one of those streams yet because you always stream when I'm playing. we have scheduling conflicts, like star-crossed lovers, 2 ships in the night. Can't ever seem to, be on the same page.
Hey, Dukes, go fix this watermill.
Dukes my poops.
Dukes of Hazzard.
No, Dukes my poops.
Mm.
Oh, you found an artist for your first emote. That's always good.
Nice.
Dashanova is the one that did my emotes. She's working on my 3rd one right now. Desync.
And riposte.
And I'm simulating.
Oh. Breakfast Chinese food. Yum.
Yella.
Oh.
Yella.
No. Catch up.
So
You yella.
I am. I'm trying to. Simulating.
Oh, wow. Oh. Yeah, so the graves are nice. I don't know if I'm going to repeat using them just because it takes so much time.
Yeah, but if you start using them, like if you start with them, I think
Yeah.
you're going to have a
And
different...
then you're just expanding a little bit at a time.
Mm-hmm. I think
rather than trying to take an entire perimeter.
Yeah, if you
all at
start with
once.
them, I think you'll find it'll work much better.
Ho 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 ho.
Dog's laying right behind me again. I just about stepped on his ear. You'd think he'd learn. But he does.
So, what's going to be our topic for today? Have you given it some thought? Are you ready for
Well,
something heavy, or?
I was going to ask how you were doing. You know, since last you appeared on the stream, which was last Tuesday. How did your school week go?
Well, it is spring break right now because we've got the Masters.
The one time a year anybody cares about Augusta, Georgia.
Uh-huh.
Don't tell the people there that.
Well, I don't really care because I live on the other side of town.
This is true.
And I don't leave the house.
So something has definitely changed. This is the second or third desync
Yeah,
we've had.
and it's not just Fertile Planet.
Yeah. So you and I may have to, off stream
Fix it.
go, revert and see. Of course, there could be any number of reasons. But so I talked a little bit yesterday about how my weekend went. I was definitely feeling that overwhelmed stress over the weekend.
Oh, like you were saying, you had. I mean, you haven't been playing games because you just loaded.
So much. I had so much going on, trying to take care of things. I actually think I know what might be contributing to some of the problems, and I'm about to do something about it.
Med adjustment or something?
Hmm?
Medication adjustment?
No, I was talking about with the game.
Oh, did you make changes in some of your settings?
I had the because I still had the editor open, so I was seeing the scene that I was broadcasting.
Oh.
So that might be contributing to it somewhat. I mean, in terms of processing power, I'm barely using anything on my processor.
No, it's more. I think that if there's any computer like tech issues, rather than if there's any hardware related issues rather than software, I don't know, because it's still software, just not on our computers. So the prioritization of your internet connection, when you have so many things vying for priority, even if you're not hitting your bandwidth limit, it's gonna tank things one at a time.
Well, my limit is very high on fiber.
Yes, your limit's high, but within that those links, the data connections, there's going to be prioritization.
Mm-hmm.
And so if the game drops priority, so if Discord drops priority, we get the stuttering, the cutting out. If your stream drops priority, they'll get pixelation and whatnot. But then when the game drops priority, we get desyncs. I still think it's mods.
Well, I mean, yeah, mods tend to be where this happens. For some reason, my the process for Rimworld is actually currently being limited. I'm gonna rejoin.
Okay.
So let's see. Yeah, the process usage of Rimworld when I exited out dropped a lot. So we'll see. We know that the multiplayer mod requires a lot more of the computer.
Which is why I'm hosting, so because you're running so many more things while do this.
Well, eventually I would like to have, and there we are. I'm back. Eventually, I would like to have Streamlabs over on that computer. I still have to finish.
Discord is less.
Hang on. Discord's being a butt. I'm actually going to restart Discord, so I'll be right back.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. Is things are dropping in priority, and there's no good thing to be low priority connections. So you may have your system is still sentence.
I'm actually going to hang up and come back because Discord is having other issues right now. All right, I'm back.
All right. So all I was trying to say is that yes, you have all that bandwidth, but things still have to be prioritized and scheduled in the sending back and forth, and so something will get bumped back.
Okay, well, I'm back, so we can play.
All right. I think when you restarted the game, Discord lost its priority.
Depends on when you ask that question. Jacksonator wants to know how we're doing.
Well, man, I mean, I could always do better. That's always such a bad question. I mean, not
and
a bad
for me,
question,
it really
it's just
depends
a
on the
hard
time
question.
on the time of day. Like, I don't like being up early, but I choose to be up early because it's the best time for me to get my work done so that I can do the things that I want to do later in the day. I kind of miss waking up and going straight into streaming, but it just, with the work I'm doing, it just wasn't working out better.
Wait, you saw a blight, or is that over the other place? That's the way that it is. I saw a blight message, but it's over at the other colony.
Yeah, all the blight's still over there. The only thing that's happening currently is we just got those cargo pods.
So you stream better in the morning, or no, you don't work well in the morning, but that's prefer to stream.
I'm finding that because I'm choosing to do it, it's a little better than having being forced to do it. Yeah. So I'm choosing to get up and I'm choosing to do this. So, and then I know that literally the reward is if I get enough work done, then I can stream for longer.
Yeah.
While balancing all the other things I need to take care of, like appointments. So the reason why we're only going to stream for about an hour and a half today is because I have a phone call to make and I have more work I have to do. But the idea behind this is to get into a point where, to get into a schedule that I'm used to consistently day to day doing this, where I can get up, get straight into the work, knock the work out, and then, stream for like 2 hours, and then get off right for like a half an hour, and then do some cleaning around the house before Art and Zoe come home, and then spend the evening with them. But I mean, one of the issues I've been having since you asked, Jacksonator, is I just haven't wanted to do anything. When I'm asked what I want to do, I'm like, I don't care. I really don't care. I don't want to make any decisions. I've been feeling that decision stress again of having to decide, and so I've been trying to. So any decisions I can avoid making, I do.
Yeah. Yep.
And I've also been dealing with, the reserves bugging me for things, saving, and of course finding excuses to, not do what's necessary. But hey, that's normal, right? They're always doing that. Every time.
So people complain about bureaucracy.
Pause. Because it desynced again. I think it's something with the mods. So I'm gonna back out. Let's look at the mod list. So we started the stream with stream technical support. And now we will do game support. We don't
the lack
need
of motivation is
understandable.
It's an indication of
I think I know what the problem is.
What?
Okay. Back out at the mods list. Or you may have to.
Are you ready to be carefully? Because I'm not.
Yes.
I don't have it on here. Oh, so am I.
Yeah.
We should get rid of that.
No. Hold on. There's something else we need to do first. I didn't change anything in Ogre Stack. Let's make sure, because some of my things did get changed. Because I was messing around with some stuff. So let's make sure that the 7, except for mod manager, the 6. No, it's just 4. The 4 mods that we can adjust settings in match.
Yeah, because I have not touched it.
So animals logic.
Oh wait, I think we're gonna start with Ogre Stack because you were talking about it.
I didn't change anything in Ogre Stack.
I thought we were not running animals logic.
No, it's in there. We played that with that one for a while and it worked. And if you weren't right, I wouldn't have been able to join. Remember?
Okay, animals logic settings.
Yeah. So
check,
it should
check,
be
check. X,
X.
check.
What's your wildness threshold? That's where it's changed.
Alright, we've got 10.1, which is vanilla, 100, which is vanilla, 1.5, which is vanilla.
10.1, 100, and 1.5?
Yep, those are all vanilla.
Yep, that was the change. One of the wildness threshold got changed on mine. I didn't change camera plus, I didn't change mend and recycle, I did not change... What's your rim fridge at?
I haven't touched it, so let me find it. So if you have an indication of vanilla, then just set it to that. If you don't, well,
I don't.
Just one.
Yeah, that's
One
the same.
is...
Okay, but I knew for a fact that the animals logic one was different. So.
All right. Did you touch Ogre Stack?
Nope. I don't touch that one.
I have a load. Let's see if this fixes it.
Yep. Yay! Mod management. It's always exciting on stream.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. You should be the one that hates mods. I almost never stream.
It's fine. It adds something to the game.
Yeah. All right.
Look,
Simulating.
I've watched some vanilla streamers on there, and there are times I'm just looking at it going, my goodness, you spend so much time on your stream managing these things that if you install like 2 or 3 mods, you could spend so much less time on your stream doing these things. But it's like it's like a rite of passage for people to say, I did this extreme hard, blah, 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 with no mods, beat that, punks. It's like, I don't want to. I'm not playing this to prove anything. I'm playing this to have fun. And we've talked ad nauseum on my issues with games and storage. Okay.
Which is so interesting because the organization side of your brain, it makes sense the way you run storage.
It makes sense, but you have to understand, when I play with you, I'm playing with a different set of stack mods, of storage mods. So
that's true. So
if you look at the storage system that we have on here, and just imagine that with steel skips and other things that don't have the 3 stack, like there's like those tables there. You can only put 3 stacks of things in there. No, I could dump like 20 different items into one steel skip. Now it has a top end limit of how much weight it can hold, but I don't have to be so specific about which leather goes in what, so that we make sure that all of our leather has a place.
Yeah, that specificity has created more problems for me than I ever have.
Yeah. Well, and we could just, when we move all the storage into the other place, I'm not going to do it. We can just stack them however you want.
Oh, dude, I'll just have like one area. It'll just be on the floor.
It's fine.
If you do it how I want, you'll have like an area.
That's fine.
For materials, an area for items, and an area.
It was just something for me to do while you were doing other things. Was managing all that storage thing. But that's because I wasn't thinking about that limitation, that 3 stack limit, and how frustrating it was going to get keeping it that way.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, when you have those steel skips and those clothing lockers and those weapons lockers, all of this stuff, all of that storage system makes a whole lot more sense, because you don't have to have a separate rack for each one.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the clothing locker, I think the clothing locker could hold every single shirt that's in that room plus all the vests, and then one more would hold all of the pants that we have. So that's
definitely nice.
It's nice. It just doesn't work in multiplayer.
Yeah.
Or at least I don't know. I'd have to look at that one. There was something with that mod that they said And it may have just been the same. No, it may have just been the same thing we had with Ogre Stack. Because even the multiplayer community, they said, when people were asking about things like Stack XL and stuff like that, which Stack XL seems to be a very popular one with single player streamers. But when people went into the multiplayer thing to see if these other mods were compatible, every single one of the responses were just use Ogre Stack because it works fine with it. But what was the issue we found? If the settings don't match, then you desync.
Yeah.
And we just saw it again today.
I'm not even sure I like this. I think having the scalar setting might contribute to the separation of stacks the way they do it.
Mm-hmm.
I think that the things that are scalar, we might be better off just setting everything to a straight 1,000.
We can check. We can test that off stream.
Off stream, yeah.
If it works better
back
that
to
way.
Jacksonator's question. You had said you had talked about the lack of desire to do anything.
I was even feeling it yesterday with coming back to streaming.
Yeah, I mean that's a very, very normal symptom within PTSD and other mental health disorders is your brain is not like the risk reward set in your brain isn't functioning properly anymore. I mean, it's functioning the way it's designed to function if you consider, if you think that we're designed for certain things, where it's preservation, it's safety. But it's very normal. It's indicative, being symptomatic like that, it's indicative of having a problem.
I've had to adopt a new kind of approach to things in life, and luckily my wife seems to be on board with this. It's the whole if I feel like doing something, or I have thank you for that, host. If I feel like doing something, or I feel like I can do something, I should do it.
Just do it. Exactly. And that's the perseverance thing. It's by not functioning, it makes the problem worse. It makes our mental health worse. And so if you can, you should.
Oh,
because we have that.
Is there a reason we're building a second double bed? Or you're just moving it? Okay. Yeah, got it. Yeah, and that's honestly the only reason I ended up streaming yesterday. I didn't really feel like it. I didn't want, and of course, it ended up being a rather interesting stream with the stupid Twitch toolkit sending me bad event after bad event after bad event until calling this had mental breaks. So I mean, that wasn't nice. Because honestly, there came a point in the stream where just like, I just want to manage the colony for a little bit. I just want to, but I couldn't because there were no good options with the votes. They were all bad options. So I had to choose, like, well, if you guys are going to help, then please pick this one because I'd rather deal with that than that. But I ended up with, one of my characters, I sent you the picture. One of my characters developed because I have the psychology mod, so I have to deal with those things. One of my characters developed PTSD.
That's so funny. And it was funny because, like...
Actually, I think it was Jacksonator.
The screenshot you showed me. Okay, so Jacksonator, when he got PTSD, it was minor. And so you have, like, a minor buff. But can you imagine, like, once it gets major, he's going to be non-functional. He's just going to hide in his room all the time, or he's, like, going to go on a rampage.
Yeah, it was... Well, and so there are things that you can do to... where did I send it to you?
Mitigate the symptoms.
There are things that you can do. I think I sent it to you on WhatsApp.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and it was just minor at the time.
I can't actually tell. Yeah, and it says anxiety minor, talking minus 10%, tiredness times 110%, mental break threshold plus 1%. I mean, I was reading that description going, oh, this feels very familiar.
Yeah.
And
it's like the article when they talked about, or when I think it was Kotaku, maybe I don't remember, maybe it was PC Gamer, but there was an article talking about the transgender trait for one of the mods, and they were like, "This sounds so BS. This doesn't sound realistic." And the I don't remember who came back, whether it was the mod designer or Zedrith or who it was, but somebody came back and they were like, "Yeah, so it was actually 100 people that wrote this, And then you had a bunch of other people chiming in comments saying, "Yeah, I'm transgender, and this is exactly what my childhood was like."
Which game?
Is that this one?
Oh, this one. Okay. Well, I didn't know if you started reading stuff.
No.
I didn't know if you were talking about The Sims.
No. It was this.
Man, our mass graveyard up here is almost done.
But it's just amusing because
saving.
There is so much accuracy available in this game that, and I mean everything is super simplified, but even then, it's much.
I knew that adding the psychology mod was going to add that element to the game, and I kind of wanted that for the story aspect of it.
Yeah.
I told you yesterday. I think that the next colony, the next run through that I do, is going to, I'm going to still do the story thing, but I think I'm not going to involve the Twitch toolkit.
Mm-hmm.
It just depends. I know that they're getting ready to add some more functionality and control for us, and just may experiment with that a little bit just to see what it's like. Like you and I can do it like we've been doing off stream, just to see how much more, because there comes a point where I as exciting as it is to deal with raids and this and that and the other, there comes a point where it's too much to handle.
Which is why you have some streamers like we were watching Jess yesterday.
Whoa, Jess,
and she had it shut off.
She had it shut off completely, yeah.
Yeah, because at a certain point,
it's not fun anymore.
It's fantastic. Yeah, it's fantastic to have the whole, the group interaction.
They're on the other side.
It's so overwhelming.
Yeah, it can be. It could be extremely overwhelming.
You have to be ready.
Well, I mean, just tell them. Okay, when this past weekend, Cellist Mike basically played his single playthrough of Rimworld all weekend long for my entertainment. That's how I'm going to look at it. He did it for my entertainment. He didn't have to let me watch his broadcast, but he did, and he had the Twitch toolkit active, so that if I wanted to, I could influence things on that. But at one point, he was just like, "Dude, don't do anything. No, I'm done. Don't."
Well, because the day prior, I had streamed all day. With
Friday afternoon, yes. That was. I'm sorry, but that was funny.
So a rule breaking doorknob was just having fun.
He was.
No. He was helping me. He was
helping you. He was the only one that was helping you. Jacksonator, what are you doing over here? He's just standing in a cave.
Yeah,
eating something.
The rocks. Eating bug juice. I think there's a bunch of bug juice still in there.
I don't know. He's just standing back there in the dark eating. He's like, why don't you turn the lights on before you eat?
I don't like it. It's dark. So
Jacksonator, what's wrong with you? Let's see. Look, him and Tomato chatted about getting drunk. And before that, he joked with Sigmund Freud about cooking with cabbages. Sigmund Freud, man, in my single-player colony, dude, that guy, he spends all of his time in bed. I'm never letting him go near combat again. I'm not going to let him tame any animals. I'm going to make him hide in the fortress whenever anything comes that might hurt him, because he has spent literally the entire time since I named him Sigmund Freud in the hospital in bed, refusing to get up.
It's like comatose without the actual modifier.
Yeah. And I'm constantly having to send someone to manage him. It's frustrating. Oh, look, Vlad Damien had a heartfelt conversation about mechanoids with Jacksonator. How
heartfelt about mechanoids?
Heartfelt. That there's so much potential for story in this game, and that was kind of the idea behind doing the Rim story thing. But I feel like the Twitch toolkit is kind of taking away from that. That the Twitch toolkit is something entirely different.
Yeah.
It's nice.
You lose a lot of the randomization, which
a big part of it, because it's all tied to the vote.
Yeah.
And then so I don't know.
It depends on the
I'm contemplating just like turning the toolkit off for the rest of that, so I can just finish the story, and we'll see. Maybe do a single on 1 day a week, like Friday.
Well, and you wanted the group to help write the story, which was the point in the first place.
But not to the point when it's so distracting I can't keep it.
It's like you have to be prepared. Okay, you are not prepared.
Yeah, it's. I don't know. So anyway, that's slightly off topic, but yeah, I can actually look at this and see. It does look like people can see the game better with this setup. I just have to. Can't see the bottom of the screen. I have to figure something out about that.
And since my battery kicked the bucket the first time, I guess it started before that. I just am in a really terrible slump. So once school is done, I am going to go ahead and go start therapy again.
Well, why wait?
Because I'm hiding him in a room, and so I'm trying to think of how best to phrase this.
There is no good way to phrase it. Just phrase it. If you sit there and think about it, you're going to constantly keep thinking, I could say this better.
No, because it's disjointed in my own head.
Well, that's
so
what,
if
that's
I were to
what life
say
is
what's
like
in my
now.
head, it'll be like, there's so the obligations that I have in my life right now feel overwhelming, even though they're almost negligible. They're almost non-existent.
Yeah.
The obligation, it feels overwhelming. To add one more thing as an obligation is very
overwhelming.
It's not going to happen. I mean, I've been having trouble meeting my current obligations, or commitments, I should say. So, adding one more, how effective do you think that therapy is going to be if I'm not going?
True.
So that's why waiting until school's done, because then I'm just swapping that commitment.
Yeah. No, it makes sense. I'm just there. You knew I was going to ask, why wait?
Yeah.
And
there was a reason.
Make you answer the question.
I just had to put it into words.
Words. Wording is hard.
Wording
is hard.
That sounds like it should be
a meme.
A meme, but wording is hard is actually like that makes sense grammatically. Although, I mean, you might say phrasing is hard instead of wording, but
yeah. No, sometimes it's just coming up with the right word. So getting the right word and putting them all into a coherent sentence. So I like last night. Art, she's a words of affirmation.
A professional wordser.
Yeah, well, that's me. I'm the writer, but no, Art, she's a words of affirmation kind of person. That's her primary love language. I have a hard time with words now. I just when I'm put on the spot and or I know that I need to say something, my brain locks up now. Now, I should clarify. I should qualify that. It's not that my brain locks up to the point that I can't do it anymore. It's that I can think of the things to say. Sometimes I can't. Sometimes I can't. But I can think of things to say. I just can't do it anymore. Like actually say it.
Sometimes, so what I found is you might get another desync when you jump in, or you might not be able to join completely because it just saved while loading, or you're syncing.
I'll just exit back out.
So when your emotional state becomes disjointed like that, if you're the type of person who words matter, and I think that you're the type of person where words matter, like they have deeper representation than just the superficial words.
Yeah.
If you can't feel the emotion that's behind the word the way that you think the emotion is supposed to be felt, how do you say it?
Yeah. Exactly.
You know what I mean? And how do you can't say I don't feel this or I don't feel that to somebody that needs that. So the words just don't come.
No, it's true. The word.
That is really hard in relationships. I would say that's one of the hardest parts of how mental disorders can affect relationships, is because if your emotional state is disrupted, that means your emotions towards them are disrupted.
Yep.
And how can you ask somebody So in a marriage, like, it takes a huge amount of commitment and patience on the spouse's part, on the, well, even if it's not even a spouse, on the partner's part, or the kid's part, like, because it goes everywhere.
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah,
to stay and
I've
expect
bemoaned
to, yeah,
before the stress that it puts on my daughter.
because if your capacity towards love and caring is diminished,
Mm-hmm.
but it's so it is, but it's not. Like, you care and you love them so much. And here's the thing that you need to keep in mind. It has dual meaning. You find it hard to say because your capacity towards those feelings is gone, or not gone, but diminished or changed.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that you don't want to say it because it doesn't feel true implies that it is true.
Yeah.
You don't want to hurt their feelings. You love them. You care about them. So just remind yourself of that. It's that same lack of, like, that same hesitation to say those words implies that the meaning and the feeling is still there, even if you don't recognize it.
Yeah. And the nice thing is I have a spouse that understands.
Yeah.
That she gets it, she understands. And so that gives me a little bit more like that. But I still there are times when, like, I need to say something. So as I said, the thing I've had to adopt is if I feel like doing it, I need to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And with, like, last night when we were, Art was talking about how I was pushing myself through these things and finding a way to still make things, matter and help other people.
Yeah.
And so I'm sitting there and she's saying these nice things, like, I need to say something.
Mm-hmm.
And for once, it wasn't a struggle.
Good.
So I just immediately did it. Like, I'm going to do this. And so I said the things I needed to say, and I even said that I was like, I'm going to say this now because I actually have the thought to say it, and so I said it. Look, like, just thinking about that just made me yawn, which is a stress reaction.
Yawning is a stress reaction?
For me, it is.
Interesting.
I get these uncontrollable yawns. Which was like when I went on that retreat, I did ART 2 of the days that I was there, or 3 of the days, something like that. 2 of the days. And the first day when we were talking about stuff, I was yawn. It was making me yawn. The second day, it didn't.
It's not that I find what you're saying is boring, but
Yeah. Well, in this case, it was me talking. I was talking about things about me. So I was talking about the trauma and the stress and the reaction, stuff like that. And that's when I get the reaction, the yawning reaction.
If only stress like that burned calories.
Yeah. Well, my wife got some treats for everybody last night. And she hands me this bag of Coca-Cola, the Haribo Coca-Cola gummies. And she handed it to me and said, here's a treat for you. No restrictions. You can eat the whole bag in one setting. I was like, huh? Like, since you're doing this amazing disappearing man act, I figured, giving you a treat and telling you that you could just eat it however you wanted was fine. Like, yeah. Well, and then and I just laughed at her and she's like, well, you know what that means. And she's like, yeah, I know. You'll sit on the bag for months because you want it to last forever.
There was a guy when I was in basic training. We had, like, people that you were paired with that you were responsible for the other person, sort of thing.
Somebody's
and
new.
the guy was
Fluffy. He fixed it.
Oh, he was just changing. Yeah, they take off the clothes and have that new debuff for a second. One of the guy that I was paired with was set to be a cop, and he was a lightweight man. He was so small, and so we talk about diet restrictions and dieting, and for most people, that's you want to prevent yourself from losing weight or keep your weight down, or prevent yourself from gaining weight, maintain or lose weight.
Yeah.
And for some people, and this is common with fighters, so whether it's like MMA or boxing, competitive fighting, it's common with, in this case, but for him, he got put, as soon as he left basic training, he got put on a diet where they were just shoving food down his throat.
Okay.
So the idea is, so you're playing this disappearing man act.
He was playing this massive
the-
gaining act.
Well, no. I'm saying that Michelle was kind of doing that for you.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, she was. Yeah, sorry.
It's like here's a jug of ice cream. Eat it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, she also knows that like, if you were to put like to pin me down and say identify a treat in your life.
Soy nuts for you.
Used to be. I don't eat them as much anymore. There.
Okay.
That's a
Well,
daily,
maybe you need to.
That's a daily treat.
What is it?
My monster.
Oh, ha! Now is it sugar free? Well, yeah.
Oh, it is. Yeah, I've never liked the monsters with the actual sugar in it. So that's what it's come down to. That's my treat. Having a small bit of organic ice cream. That's a treat.
Yeah.
The things that Groot is laying down, sleeping. I said his name, so he kind of woke up a little, but he was having a nursing dream. I know you can tell because his tongue starts to come out a little, and he'll suck on it, like he's suckling. He's thinking about his.
He's still so young.
He is. It's if you look, he's so big, and you forget how young he is. It's just yesterday he pulled a stunt that got him in so much trouble. I had just given him his NOMS. You can say it if you want, but I'm not going to because
So the noms.
Oh yeah. Well, that word means you're going to get fed.
Sure.
So,
yeah.
Saving. This seems to be where the desyncs are happening.
Well, pause.
Okay, so it seems to be okay. So yeah, we gave him. Oh, that's a cute one. What is that? Oh, that's a nice. Oh, I like that one. Like it's like kind of like mine. I like that peeking over the edge lurk emote. I like that. But lurk away. Yeah, there's a lurk command, MS. You can use that too.
I thought that was
lurk.
for the Twitch toolkit.
The lurk command?
Yeah.
No, the lurk command it's !lurk in the chat channel, and it triggers a thing in the chat bot.
Okay.
There it is. See, he just typed it. But because it's the chat bot saying it, the actual lurk thing isn't showing. So there's mine. Anyway, and you can see it over there on the side of the stream. That way, it's over there. So yeah, we gave him his NOMS. He had his, and we gave the cats theirs. Put it on a plate over there, and I went back over towards the stove to do something, and I just hear this thump, and Michelle yells his name, and I look over, and he's jumped over the door that separates his area from where everyone else is, and is trying to devour the cat's NOMS. Ignored the cats completely. Just wanted their food.
Yeah. Sure, I'll play nice mostly, but right now this is my food.
He's so he's so big at this point. I mean, the control over him is because he wants us to have it. Yeah. I mean, I think he's approaching 60 pounds at this point. At his last vet appointment a month plus ago, he was already almost 40 pounds. So, and he was four and a half months old when we adopted him at the beginning of February. So he's six and a half months. That's it.
Dang.
So he's 6.5 months, and he almost weighs as much as Zoe.
This grizzly bear go there.
His paws are twitching. He's definitely enjoying his dream.
That's good.
So I'm gonna make a slight change to the banner here. Switch it out a little.
All right, Grizzly.
that up there, doing scene editing while you do that.
It's done.
Trying to find slightly better placement for a couple of the items on my screen.
Yeah, so I've just been hiding from the world, hiding from the world, hiding from the world.
Hiding from the world, hiding from the world, hiding from the world.
There's nothing else. I've blown so much money. I enjoy, well, cooking is one of those things that I say I enjoy, but it's kind of a used to enjoy. But just going to the grocery store to get food it just won't happen.
Pause.
It takes leaving the house.
Okay, well.
Oh, desync.
Yeah, I know. I think this is gonna be a good enough place to stop.
All right.
So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap the stream up here. We can figure out the desyncing things off stream. So
yeah, and we should make sure we take care of it today. So tomorrow, when we stream with MS Gamer,
we don't have
the
to deal with
lurker,
it.
we don't have to deal with this problem.
Yeah, tomorrow. Well, not MS. Yeah, the game mechanic.
Oh gosh.
So yeah, just
not MSG.
No,
TGM.
TGM. So yeah, tomorrow the game mechanic will be joining us at 11 Eastern. We'll be on at 10:30, and we'll be in playing and stuff. And at 11 o'clock he will be joining us. He's going to talk about his experience with PTSD. So be sure to check that out. You can, I'm actually going to give him a host as soon as I go offline here.
So I think you and I both need to spend some time today, just by ourselves or however you do it. Get some mental preparation for tomorrow, because I feel like we just didn't really have it in us today.
Are you kidding? No,
well, I mean, ever, but usually Tuesdays and Thursdays we have a little bit more
focus
and capability for discussion. So I think we both need to just kind of, whether it's meditation or prayer or whatever works.
Yeah.
And I'll do some of the meditation, that yoga nidra that you sent me. I'll use that to help me sleep tonight.
That stuff's good.
Oh man. Yeah, I'm running without meds for a while. I've been having to ration the past week because the VA sent them to Minnesota. But I got that fixed. They got sent out yesterday, so just
good.
Until they arrive.
Good.
Oh.
Punks that they are. Because we know they did it on purpose.
Just
all right.
When you tell them that you move and they make your new address temporary.
Yeah.
Whatever.
It's frustrating, but it's okay. So, all right. So I'm gonna go. We'll be back tomorrow for it'll be a multiplayer. So more multiplayer. The single player one will return on Friday. So thanks for joining us today, Jealous Mike. Say goodbye.
Yeah, of course. Thank you guys. And goodbye, Guthron. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye, MS Gamer. Goodbye, Jacksonator. Goodbye, all the lurkers. Who else is back?
Zoe.
Goodbye, Zoe. Well, she's going to be on.
Yeah. Yep, lots of them. So, as always, and remember, if you need help, remember, there's always help available. You can call that number up there in the top corner.
So even if you're not a veteran, if you call them, they have resources.
Yep,
if you just don't know a number to call,
that number is the national.
Non-veterans find.
Yeah, that number up here is there. That's the national suicide hotline. So it's not just for veterans. All right, so Chelsea Mike, I'll be back with you briefly.
Bye-bye.
Right, thanks for everybody for joining, and be sure to stick around to watch the game mechanic when I go cast the host for him. Bye.